It's good.
Hi, I'm Barry Kent with SECCO and SECCO Home Services. We're looking for plumbers, and that may be you. Meet Nate Pierce. He's our trainer and coach. Nate, tell me why a good plumber would want to come work with us.
What we hear from a lot of guys is that the place they were last or they've been out on their own just didn't have the support they needed. They got into a difficult situation and they didn't have anywhere to turn. We've been in business for a lot of years and we've kind of figured out the system. We know that guys benefit from technical training as well as support on just how to interact with a customer, or maybe it's just getting parts out to them that they need quickly. And we have the organization here to really support a guy and make sure that he's going to be successful.
So what if he only has maybe a couple years of experience with maybe installation, maybe construction? Is there any possibility of taking someone like that, maybe putting them into a service role where they're in a finished home environment and taking care of different items in the house? What would those items look like?
That's a great question. On new construction, you might be used to just following a blueprint, and with service work, it's a little bit different. Instead of having to have skills in absolutely every aspect of plumbing, we can carefully dispatch a person to something they're comfortable with and experienced with. Meanwhile, using our hands-on training environment with some live fire equipment to learn here instead in the customer's home, so that they can expand their skill set every day.
So what other items do we do as a company to support them? You mentioned coaching and training, teaching them how to actually be in a customer's home, because we have customers who have been with us for a long time, and the last thing we need to do is lose a customer. So kind of what lengths do we go to support that technician out there on that job?
But we're not going to send a technician into the field without already having the training here. Whether it's our processes for how we arrive at the house and everything we do, from putting on the floor protection, taking care of the customer's home, all the way down to specific processes, how we start to diagnose the problem, verify the problem, and what options we're going to give the customer there. We take care of our technicians as far as that goes with phone support. Tech hotlines, from our vendors are available, but we also have in-house experienced guys. We have guys that have been here for many years, and they've kind of come up through and learned everything, and they're always willing to share that information.
One of the things I hear often is with heating and air conditioning guys and plumbing technicians and even our electricians is this whole on-call thing. It's I get home at night and all of a sudden a phone starts ringing and I'm the on-call Lone Ranger. What do we do that's different?
Well, our on-call process gives you plenty of time to get ready and get back out to that customer. We set a reasonable expectation so that customer knows that in the next hour and a half or 90 minutes, we're going to guarantee that we can get out there. But we also go through a nice rotation, and if possible, we can even dispatch geographically. Obviously, if somebody's only minutes away, where you may be an hour, we might look to that person first. But there's some great rewards for on-call here, which, if you have to be on-call, it shouldn't just be another day. It's your time, and we value that, and we compensate for it, and we appreciate it.
And who actually fields and filters and screens those on-call?
That's a good question. You don't want to run an on-call situation where you get out there and you find out that it wasn't an emergency, it wasn't important. Maybe the customer didn't need you till tomorrow. So what we do in our call center is take that information in. We reach back out to them ahead of time. We field that call, we get an understanding of what the urgency level is, and we make sure that you show up ready to be able to take care of it. Or if it can be done tomorrow, we'll do what's in the best interest of the customer.
Great. So it's not an answering service, it's actually a person who works here. It's someone in the call center, it's someone in dispatch, it's a call center manager. We take the call, we make sure that you're not interrupted, your life isn't interrupted, you're not going to a call that isn't really a call. You're not bothered by nuisance phone calls, you actually get a call that really is a call. And then if there's an issue with what you need on that call, you have a support network to follow up. You're not the Lone Ranger. We don't have Lone Rangers.
Absolutely. Right? Yep. You got a support staff that's there 24/7 for you.
Great. So if you've got some experience in plumbing, maybe a couple of years doing construction, and would like an opportunity to learn how to be an expert plumber in a finished home, dealing with real live customers who depend on you for great service, being clean, being neat, and being able to talk to the customer and still want this support network, you might be for us. Give us a try. Thank you. Thanks, Nate.
My pleasure.